begin in 01. So is that 1 minute or is that 1 second?
1 minute.
It's 1 minute. It looks like 1 minute to me.
It's got. I've got.
Are we live?
Yeah.
You're fibbing.
We are.
Oh yeah, no, there it is. Okay.
All right.
1 minute or is that 1 second?
Oh dear me. You're no longer notified. Technology. I love it. All right. Hello, Tarron.
That sucks ass. G'day, mate.
So here we are live. So we're doing the August 2022 live. My name is Adam and Tarron, of course. I've been introduced. So if this is your first video of us, hello. We talk about all sorts of things, and we've got our own online store and stuff like that here in Australia called Alpha Strike.
alphastrike.com.au.
That's it. So
Do it.
If you're into BattleTech, that's what we sort of focus quite a bit on. But we do talk about other games, of course, that are for sale and things like that. So in this live, we'll be talking a little bit about BattleTech, of course. Gen Con, which is happening currently over in the United States.
Ooh,
yep.
nice.
So there's a lot of new releases there that they've sort of showed us at the Catalyst booth. One day I'd love to go there. I'd love to go to Gen Con. I think that'd be cool.
Yeah, I don't know if it's high on my list. Private Public's in. G'day, buddy.
Ahoy! Yeah.
So,
would you like to?
Are we going to swoosh?
We'll do a swoosh, and then I'll just do a little talk to you about Dystopian Wars.
Ooh.
So swoosh as we do.
I'm going to swoosh, Pillar.
You can swoosh all you like, she says. It's live, there's no switch. All right, so yes, I mentioned Dystopian Wars.
Well, the swoosh is going.
Oh. What, Vic? Ah?
Are we?
Okay, we're back.
Okay.
Lovely. All right. So we've had some extra deliveries for Dystopian Wars that have come in. All right.
Nice.
And one that people have been waiting for, if they play the Alliance, you should, because they have some sexy ships, is
Very
the
nice.
Magenta box set, the Battlefleet set. Now I haven't got a graphic to put up there for you, sorry, but this is actually up on the store now.
Check it out.
But anyway,
subs
so
and
I'll
stuff
just-
in there. Look at
it's
that.
submarines, but what's interesting about these ships here is that they can actually go over terrain because they have the ability to fly.
I was going to say those are flying ships for like short periods of time.
Pretty much, yeah.
Okay,
Yeah, but they can fly like that, so they float or whatever it is. So
that's pretty cool.
yeah, so each faction has its own little sort of hoopy things. Like the Union have like the little paddle wheels, which allows them to do tided turns, which is very handy. And these guys can just sort of fly over terrain, which, as you could imagine, would be quite scary if you had no idea that they could do that in the first place.
Yeah.
Imagine seeing that for the first time.
It just kind of picks up speed and then goes
and just straight
up
over
in the air. And
so
over
islands and other ships and things like that just up and over, which is very cool. But as with all the other ships and kits that they've done for all the factions, they are just beautiful. Really,
they look
nice.
really, really good.
Yeah, and you get quite a few in there, and of course the ships can have alternate options. It's all included in there. They're all on the sprue. You just plan out what you want. So you go onto the Orbat, which is on their website, to plan out what you want to take, and you just build them up from there.
Yeah, and that's the battle cruiser. The big battle cruiser has like two alternatives, and the cruisers have two alternatives each. Oh, three alternatives.
Yeah.
Holy crap. And then you've got two artillery submarines and your token.
Your little
the planes.
Something they call them.
SRS
tokens, which are, you attach them to either your ships for defense or the enemy ships to give you bonuses.
Give you bonuses to attack and
stuff for artillery and all that sort of thing. So there's quite a bit of tactics for it. But that's good. Like, you just buy a Battlefleet set and you get their rules and governs box, and that's basically all you need to play to begin with. Obviously, once you've sort of played a few games, you want to have a look at expanding, trying some different battle fleets, and you can buy like the cruisers and everything separately as like support squadrons or frontline squadrons.
Okay.
And because of all that combination, like if you have a look on the back here, they've got you can have like a whole battle fleet that just has all of these SRS tokens. It's
Yeah,
just
I was going to say, you could
aircraft
do
carriers and stuff.
both of them as this. You could do him as that.
Yeah.
And then have artillery submarines, and you're just generating a butt ton of these tokens and using them to up the submarine stuff.
Yeah.
And then have another battle fleet that does something different.
That's it. Yeah.
That's very cool.
Yeah. So there's lots of options. But that's the magenta one, and there's some more coming out at the end of this month. Some extra things.
Okay.
For some of the other factions like the Sultanate and whatever else. But this is the latest one that's come in. And some people have already ordered them and they're already getting out. They're going out on Monday. But
very nice.
I like that. I just like the idea, and they just look really good. You know, they're very sleek, and the design they've given a lot of thought to each faction and how they're supposed to look and how their technology and their it's really,
they're kind of like a cross between a blimp and a ship, or a blimp and a torpedo, and you could just see that skimming along the water and then just picking up and go.
Yeah.
And the laser things on them are really cool looking. Those cannons.
The cannons, yeah.
Very cool.
And there's different cannon options as well, so adjusting your points depending on what you want them to do. But yeah, it's when you start sort of looking at bigger games, you start looking at what weapons you have. You know, it might not be, I'll put this weapon on it for now. It's not what I'd have in a smaller game, but in a larger game where it has some more support and protection. You know, the aircraft carrier options start to be a little bit more enticing. You've got more ships to protect them. So
you're generating those tokens, and if you can use them for either attack or defense, then that gives you even more stuff that you can do. Yeah, that's very cool. I like that.
Yeah. So speaking of this sort of thing, like ships and whatever else, and the dystopian stuff, Catalyst Games Labs has just started a Kickstarter for Leviathan. So I've got it behind here. That's the old box that they did. They had some Annie awards for it when that one came out, but it's sort of been put on the back burner. They put a lot of their energy into, they did some little like board games and sort of working on BattleTech because that's been their main thing. Yeah. But considering what options they have now for building their products and things like that, they decided to do a Kickstarter for Leviathan. And that's been up for about 3 or 4 days so far. Nice. And they've done quite well. But for those of you who don't know what Leviathans is, we've got a little video that they have, and we're going to play that now. So fancy. Sit back and watch this. Goes for a couple of minutes, but yeah, enjoy. Enjoy.
The course of military history is most often defined not by great generals, but by the most powerful technologies of the time. From the composite bow of the steppes to the black powder of Asia and the ironclads of Europe. Each of these advancements redefined what war was like. But all of these lack the scope, power, and the all-affecting change of the last great technological leap, the Leviathan. The great warships of the sky. Powered by the recently discovered electrolyte, Leviathans are massive metal warships able to take to the air, raining down fire and smoke upon both land and sea. Now, at the start of the 20th century, the great powers of the world will use these new weapons of war to expand their empires, exact revenge upon their enemies, and remake the map in their image. Welcome to Leviathans, the Great War. Leviathans is a tactical miniatures game centered around the Leviathan, a flying metal warship. You will command a fleet of these machines from one of the many great powers of the world. Using the modular dice system, you will create your fleets and take to the air to destroy your opponents before they destroy you. Each faction has its own power and focus, from the German Navy's dedication to armor to the Italians' torpedo boats. There is a playstyle for everyone. Start your Leviathan fleets with the starter box and expand from there using faction boxes or ship packs. These, alongside many other relevant items, will give you everything and more you need to play Leviathans. So welcome aboard, and good luck, Captain.
We're back. That was pretty cool.
So there we go. Yeah.
I'm still watching the end.
We've got it playing on here.
Okay, Leviathan's the Great War. There you go. Boom.
But yeah, I quite like that. And considering what sort of thing they've done with the BattleTech, the new box set sort of thing, they're sort of looking at the same sort of stuff.
Okay.
These will actually be pre-painted.
Ah.
All right. So they're thinking along the lines of, X-Wing,
Yeah,
and stuff like that. Those were beautiful. They
were pretty good
such a
models.
good job
Yeah.
painting those. If they had something like that,
yeah,
that would be really good.
they were pretty good.
So there are some pictures from the Kickstarter, and we'll start sort of putting those through now. So the first one we put up there, you'll see these. You'll see the miniatures, and they're playing it. These were actually painted by Catalyst when they got the prototype ones. So they painted them up in the colours that they're sort of supposed to be, but it'll give you an idea of whatever it is. So but if you just keep going through, they're also doing fleet boxes as well. So so there's a starter. There's a starter that you have, which will have 2 cruisers and 2 frigates, I guess they call them. You've got Germany versus France in this one. All right, so it's got some starter rules and a map to play on. It's a D12 system, different coloured dice for different weapons and ranges and whatever else it is. Each ship has a card. So like Alpha Strike, it has a card. You sort of think
It'd be like a stat card.
Yeah, a stat card which has like the weapons of where they are and how much damage they do and their range and stuff like that.
Matt Kelly's in.
Oh,
it's like evening.
Yeah.
Ignore the question mark. G'day, mate. We'll do that. Yeah, we'll ignore the question mark.
We're doing a bit of a surprise
live.
So just to keep everyone on their toes, we thought it would be funny.
Yes.
Most people are like, what's happening?
Weren't 100% sure we were even going to do one, but ended up happening. So, g'day to everybody who's turning up so far.
So there's the starter box, which has all of that in there. They are doing the full rules in like I don't know if it's a hard cover or just a soft cover. I'm pretty sure they usually do hard cover for that sort of thing.
It'll be like a full.
It's the full rules for everything. Yeah. Because they didn't have it in the original rules, but they are doing it in the new one, I believe, for like planes. Plane squadrons.
Oh,
so they'll have their
okay.
own little and whatever in the stats and.
Nice.
I don't know how that's going to work because I haven't sort of found anything about it, but yeah. But you can buy fleet boxes, which has like the BattleTech ones. You've got like pilot cards and things like that, and you can also buy like individual ship boxes. So it'll be like a French cruiser, and then you can buy in the fleet. But if you want to buy an extra cruiser just for the French, you can do that. But in that individual box, it will have the stat cards. It will have some alternate stuff in it as well. Right. So if you're looking to expand your fleets and things like that, you buy these individual. That'll give you the access to all the stuff and all the goodies and whatever else, which I think is quite cool.
This is Catalyst Games.
This is Catalyst Games Labs.
Okay.
Yes.
There you go, Matt.
Yep. They are looking at a delivery of, I think it was September next year. So they're giving them plenty of time. They haven't put shipping costs on there because, let's face it, it's really difficult to plan that right now.
Yeah.
It used to be fairly accurate, but now forget it, especially right now with China they're doing some sort of exercises. They've surrounded Taiwan and they're doing military exercises all around. Why would you do that? But anyway, we know what they're doing. So yeah, trying to get
things are a bit wiggy at the moment.
All over the place.
Yeah. W. Allen's in. G'day, matey.
Hello, mate. But the whole idea that it's pre-painted, some people like it, some people don't. But I can tell you what, if they are to that sort of quality of the X-Wing, I tell you, that's just amazing. That's really good.
Yeah,
that's really. Well,
I've never played it, but from the little video thing there, that actually looked kind of fun.
Yeah. So same sort of feel, I guess, as the Dystopian Wars.
I was going to say it looks sort of thing, a bit similar to the Dystopian Wars ones. But...
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if it's sort of quicker game. I don't know. Yeah,
it'd probably be a slightly simplified rule set, a slightly quicker rule set, because you're Dystopian Wars is like a big tabletop game that you're carrying on, sort of thing. That's more of a board game style.
Yeah,
thing.
yeah.
So you'll have
hexes and whatever.
Yeah,
else.
you'll have a slightly simpler rule set. You'll have a slightly faster playtime. I mean, it could take hours to go through one of them. Like I say, I've never played it, but you know,
but your basically clouds blocks your line of sight and things like that, because there's no, you know, unless you play with rules like you've got lots of really tall mountains, and which I suppose could be interesting, you know, limits where you can sort of, I mean, they can go up and over, so it's like, they usually go up high and then...
Yeah, but you wouldn't be able to shoot through it. If you wanted cover, you could come down behind a cloud or a mountain or something like that.
Yeah, so there's some options. I don't know, I'm sure they've put a lot of thought into it, so they've started the Kickstarter and whatever else, but yeah, I mean, it is something that Alpha Strike is going to support, but as I said, you know, it's not going to be in delivery until estimated September next year or something like that.
Yeah, and probably even later than that.
Possibly, yeah. But the Kickstarter is going, so yeah, go check it out. Have a look at everything. Just have a look at all the ships. They've got some more art of like a destroyer for, say, the Germans, and then one for the Russians and whatever.
Okay.
So as it sort of goes up, they're going to unlock more of the countries with their ships and their fleet boxes.
And the Kickstarter's only been live for a few days, right?
That's right. Yeah,
so
about
if
4
you
days
like the
or
look of it, go check out the Kickstarter and see what you reckon.
I recommend that.
So Matt reckons he liked the pre-painted factor of X-Wing. Yeah,
Yes.
A lot of people like that sort of thing, the pre-painted stuff. I did one... What was it called? I can't remember now. You remember that one where you had there was a big board and we were all moving around it, and you had like floating stuff, and you each had a separate faction board thing that we had to play. We only played it like once or twice.
Mothership?
No, something different. Yeah, I know the one that I mean, but there was an option in the Kickstarter, right? So you pay a little extra in the Kickstarter for that one, and you could get all the miniatures like orcs and goblins and elves and dwarves and things like that. They all come through pre-painted. I think it was quite a little bit of extra. It was like a good...
Was it the Tiny Epic guys?
No, but it was the one that looked like it was by the Tiny Epic guys, but it was the big fold-out thing. I can remember it clearly. We played it a couple of times. You liked it, but I can't remember the name of the damn thing now.
Yeah.
But yeah, there was an option there for like an extra 80, maybe $100, where you could get all the models just pre-painted. And some people love that. They reckon that's brilliant. And some people don't like it because they prefer to do it themselves, or they just can't be bothered with the extra cost. It's up to you.
Yeah. I guess it comes down to the quality, because the paint jobs on those X-Wing models, holy crap.
They looked good.
They were so good.
Yeah, they looked really good.
Yeah.
That's one of the reasons I thought about getting into it, was the fact that all the X-Wings and Y-Wings and things, they all looked so cool.
Yeah.
So I want to give that a crack.
Yeah. I mean, people would like, oh yes, you know, I'll put it into like the foam, because you get the pre-cut foam trays for them, and it's good for transport. But when you get them home, it's like, I've got a nice little display cabinet. I'm just gonna, and you could just put them straight in there and have a little, have a little battle scene. But because they're presented so nicely, you know, it's so
they looked really good.
Yeah,
and yeah, it saves you a bit of time, it saves you effort, and it gives you a force that you can play with that looks cool.
Yeah.
And that's a cool thing. So yeah, Leviathans, have a check if you think you're interested.
And we've got so I've got that old box there. I might we'll just crack it out and see what it's all about again, because it's like I only really had one game, so I have vague memories of it. We've been focusing so much on other things, we haven't really.
Yeah, we've been playing BattleTech and Marvel
stuff.
And we got that one. Might have to give that a crack.
So speaking of BattleTech, so I was saying earlier, for those of you who have just joined the chat, there's Gen Con happening over in America at the moment.
Ooh, yes.
And Catalyst is there, and they are, as they do, displaying all the new stuff that they're sort of bringing out. Coming up later in this year is a Mercenaries-themed Kickstarter. Now, they did say they weren't really going to bother with another Kickstarter, but I guess it comes down to a logistics level. You know, can we handle it, and how are we going to do it better?
And I mean,
simplify it a bit, maybe
from a money-making perspective, and they are a business; they want to make money. It's not a bad way to do it. Like everybody gets into it, and you start generating all this extra stuff, and it generates a lot of extra money, I would think.
Well, it's had some good exposure with the first one, even though there are a few little hiccups here and there and things like that. You know, overall it was good. But there are some pictures coming through that people have taken who have visited the booth and no doubt bought some stuff that hasn't been released yet. The lucky so-and-sos.
Yeah, are these the ones you were showing me before?
This is, yeah. So we have some pictures here that were taken for the so this is the Mercenaries. There's at least 4 box sets, I think.
2, 4, 5.
So
yeah,
for some of the prominent Mercenaries, so the Northwind Highlanders and things like that.
All the Light Horse are in there.
The Light Horse, which you definitely have to have because they're very well renowned. So they have a lot of mechs in there. So designs they've already released, so like an Axeman or a Hatchman or whatever, but it has a jump jet, like
so
flames and smoke and all sorts of things. So
yeah.
different pose, and I'm pretty sure that because the smoke thing is separate, so you could probably have it without the smoke if you.
There's an Ontos and a Scout helicopter of some description there.
Yeah, but what's so good about this is that they're introducing vehicles, like combat vehicles for the first time.
Yeah.
In that plastic, it's really nice. So, if you have a look on, there should be some pictures coming up.
Yeah, it was just then an Ontos or the 2 Ontos and a little hovercraft thing and some stuff.
So there's Pegasus. They're doing the
you can see the
Skulker,
Pegasus
I think
there.
it is. They've got Shreks, Demolishers. Yes, I think there's a Warrior VTOL as well.
Warrior
You've got to have at
helicopter
least a
as well.
VTOL. You know?
That'll be the Shrek though in the corner there. That's looking sweet.
It's cool. You know, I mean they come on the bases. They're probably stuck down. I don't know. I'm sure you could.
I'm guessing. I mean, all the other ones were in the box sets. They were all attached to the base. So I don't see any reason why they wouldn't.
But they look really, really nice. They look
they look great.
Yeah. And one of the other things that people are excited about, myself included, is an actual Alpha Strike box set.
Oh, that's what Matt's talking about, is it?
There's yeah.
Okay.
So I think there's 12 or so models in it. I think there's 5 clan mechs and 8 in a sphere. So it's the same ones from some of the other boxes, but there is a new one in there, the Wraith.
Oh,
and it's
nice.
really sexy. It's a great mech anyway.
I was going to say, I love that one.
So nice.
That is a good one.
Yeah, really, really nice. And that's so you get all of those, and of course you get your rule book for it, and you get your mats, but they'll have some probably other little bits and pieces in there as well. Obviously, your Alpha Strike cards to play with, and probably pilots. And
If you don't know what a Wraith is, shoot back to our laser game.
Yeah.
That was the bouncy one that I took. It's very cool. It's like a 711-7 and Pulse Tech all over it. It's brilliant.
Yeah.
They're a great mech.
Yeah, super fast, super agile, very accurate. Yeah, it's nice, and it is a really good version of it.
Wow.
They've done.
Okay.
Yeah, so that's worth looking at.
Matt's saying 13 and 2 and Vindicator in the basic.
That's right, the new beginner box. We talked about that as well. They've swapped out.
They
Wolverine
swapped the Wolverine for a Vindicator. Okay, yeah.
Which is nice. I like the Vindicator. You're a loud player, Capellans.
I was going to say he's going long live Confederation.
That's okay.
On you, buddy.
Hey, long live everybody.
That's
if they're still around, then they're going to be having fights with one another. You know.
As long as they're paying me, I don't care.
That's right.
You got money, I'm there, mate.
That's nice, but it'd be good because we'll get to. I mean, even though a lot of people have sort of been taking the force boxes and they paint them up in a mercenary, one of the core mercenary units, or they make up their own and things like that. It'd be nice to have something themed for that because they can.
And they're actual like canon stable of mechs, right? These are things that unit is supposed to have actually had.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yep. So your Highlanders, obviously they have a Highlander in there, but they've got some others as well. So if it's appropriate and it should be in there, it's in there.
Nice.
That's what I really like.
See, that's why I reckon they should do the Solaris ones. I still reckon that's a thing that they should do, is the Solaris one. But, I mean, they do this Kickstarter for Mercenaries, and then if it goes well, they might eventually go for a Solaris-style thing. But,
the Wolves Dragoons box that was an exclusive for the Barnes & Nobles, that's going to be open to everybody, and I'm sure that will be available to order through the Kickstarter.
I was going to say they'll put that in the Kickstarter, surely.
Yeah,
because
they'd have to. Yeah, it's pretty popular. But yeah, but I think the vehicles as well. A lot of people are excited about the vehicle. Obviously, if you play Clan, it's like whatever, But it's like nothing in this one.
Yeah. If you've been watching any of our videos before this, then you've seen how bad vehicles can be, but you've also seen how good some of them can be. So, it's like...
And when they look that good, it don't matter.
Yeah, that's it. One new mech in each of the 4 upcoming Lancers. Okay. So there'll be 3 repeats, and then 1 brand new one? Yeah, okay. Yeah,
but they'll like different poses and all that sort of thing as well.
Yeah, and all alternate scum.
But it doesn't matter. I mean, look, you get one of these box sets, okay, so I've already got a Hatchetman or something, whatever, Well, 2 Hatchetmen's great. Who cares? 2, just different colours and different factories.
Yeah, that's like I was saying to you before, because Adam was telling me that the only way to get the mechs was in the force packs, and it's like, well, what if I want 4 Hatchetmen? I have to buy that force pack 4 times just to have the Hatchetmen. So this is actually pretty cool. This means that I can have multiple Hatchetmen.
Yeah, true.
I mean, eventually they're probably going to sell them individually through like other places. I'm sure Ironwind and all those places will pick up the new sculpts and stuff. But...
Well, they are actually. They're doing the Awesome in the metal, but they're doing the alternate versions of it as well in that thing. So there's one with like LRM, the LRM 15 version. So they've got that.
Nice.
And it's in that same sculpt, same size and whatever, but it's got all the
scaling and everything the same. That's cool.
I looked at that and went, wow, that's really nice. So,
seriously? So the jump mechs can be dismounted from the smoke?
Yes. Yeah, there's 2 little things or whatever, it just sits on it. Which is cool. But that's cool.
That's
like
so cool.
Instead of, we use a dice, the coloured dice or whatever, but if you say, he's jumped, you just pop him on that just to make it look
that's awesome. You'd have to put like magnets in their feet in the base or something, so you go, or do you just pull them out and
it just sits on it. It's got like 2 little
but that'll be like an alternate base then.
The base is the square. Yeah, it's got the plume of smoke on it.
Yeah, so you got a hex with the smoke and a hex without the smoke.
Actually, I can't remember. I think that is. I don't know. Yeah, maybe the smoke has a little slot thing on it or whatever. I don't know.
Telling me to have a glass of concrete here. Maybe I don't wanna. I probably will, but maybe I don't wanna. That's
talk about that makes you want to drink, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does. But the fact that you can buy individual mechs is actually really good for people who aren't being ordered to harden up, that might be having like a bit of a monetary crisis.
I suppose,
economical distress, which is entirely possible these days. So being able to buy a single one for like $10 instead of a pack for 30 or 40 is, it's pretty good.
Well, this is why you go and support your local club. Right? Because they do your swap meets and all that sort of thing. So you go down there, you've got what you've got, and you're looking for something else, just swap and trade them out with people.
Trade out, barter out. If worst comes to worst, just buy them individually from them. I'd be doing that if I was running a club these days.
Because they've got those individual booster boxes, which has all the current designs in there. But the chances of you getting the one you want,
the salvage box,
Pokemon cards, the salvage box,
which is kind of addictive. Really.
It's fun. We did those random unboxing videos of just opening up to see what was in. That was actually good.
That would be cool. If I could get another couple of dozen salvage boxes, I think that'd be a fun one to do. Is like pick a lance of those, and then you pick a lance, and then you do like a whole random lance.
Ooh.
And you just go, yep, these are the ones I got.
I want to play Innisphere. I have 4 clan mechs.
Yeah, 2 clan mechs and a vehicle. Yeah, that's God.
Yeah, that's cool though. But it's good. It's good to see that they're still doing things, and it's not just BattleTech. They had at the booth. They've got their Shadowrun stuff as well. They've got all their board games that they do. They've actually got a box set of runners, like miniatures.
Cool.
It's a box set of like 5 or 6 in there. Or different ones.
The Shadowrun was one of my favourites as far as RPGs.
Yeah, I really like that board game. I really like that board game that we played. You know,
Oh yeah.
I actually enjoyed that.
I'll have to dig that out.
Yeah.
Play it again.
Yeah. That was good. I mean, everyone else, all the other companies were there. So Mephidius as well. I'd like to go see what they have. I'd just like to go to Gen Con just to have a wander around. Just to see what's happening, what's new, because you always get worried. I don't think there was one last year because of COVID, that sort of thing, you know. So a lot of people are like, you know, but I don't know. It seems to be still really popular.
Yeah. Well, we've done the What's Name one twice now. What's the con that we were going to?
Oh, Supernova.
Supernova.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
it. Blanked on the name for a second.
Yeah.
We've done Supernova twice, and that's like way too many people and stuff for me. You know, you get through it.
You had like the best tables though for playing games and stuff.
Yeah.
Like, you were a machine.
So if it's like, I mean, that is basically my level. I don't know if I'd want to go to anything bigger than that. But you know, that's just me.
But we were good. We had it was just a 3 meter by 6 meter area, and we just had a table set up for demoing and whatever. People just
I played dozens of games of BattleTech that day.
Well, how else are you going to learn the rules? You're going to play lots of games.
Yeah.
Speaking of, so in Perth, if you're in Perth or you're coming to Perth, I think it was August. It's two weekends from now.
Okay.
What's that? August
something
20 something.
It's the 7th today, so 14 days on there, it'll be the 21st.
So the 21st,
somewhere
something
around
like that.
there.
Yeah. So there's a club that operates out of Melville at the Rhein Hall. Sorry,
the German.
It's a German club, whatever it is. So I should have written all this down. Sorry, I've just had a mind blank. But they're having an open day on that Sunday. So we're going to be there. We're going to have a little booth. We're going to play some games. But there's going to be a BattleTech Royal Rumble.
Yeah, which I may or may not join in. I don't want to lose again.
As soon as Tarron walks on the table, they go, "It's Tarron, get him." Well, he obviously knows how to play, so he's a threat.
Yeah, but I wasn't, because mine overheated and shut down and then fell over in like the first 3 rounds. I ended up spending the whole thing unconscious. Oh my god.
Gave you a chance to stretch your legs and
go
have a drink.
Watching the other guys play. It was nice. It was a good thing.
But it was really cool. Yeah, they had some other games going on. There was some big Japanese.
Oh, yeah, the small scale historic battle thing. That's very cool.
For a fortress or something. Wow. That was all painted stuff, Mary. But yeah, we're going to be there. So there's going to be BattleTech. We're hoping to have some actual Alpha Strike BattleTech going there. I won't be able to run it, but there's some local boys. Is Chris on yet? I don't think he knows.
He probably doesn't know.
Anyway.
Adam's in. Can I Adam?
Wait. So he's going to run some Alpha Strike version of BattleTech, but there's going to be some other things. We're umming and ahhing whether to do Dystopian Wars or maybe we'll do both. Crisis Protocol, Marvel Crisis Protocol.
And later in the day we can play some Dystopian.
Yeah, we can. That's right. But that's free, so come down. We'll put the information in the thing down the bottom, so you can see where it is and all and what's going on. But
put the actual name of the place.
Yeah.
Miniature Gaming Group or something.
Yeah.
Perth Miniature Gaming Group.
Perth, something like that.
Yeah,
so
GG.
I'm so sorry. I was getting all excited to promote you guys and just had a mind blank.
I just remember collapsing on the field and that's it. Everything else is a blank.
We'll put that down there. But that'll be good. So if you're going to be around there and you're free on that Sunday, come along, come and see us. And yeah, we want to bring some of your painted stuff too. I like seeing painted stuff that people have been working on. Doesn't matter how good or bad it is, because a lot of people have a story behind it.
Mine are crap, but
but it's a story.
It's a thing.
Yeah.
They always look reasonable when they're somebody else's.
True.
So Matt's going, what system or computer did I used to play Shadowrun on? I think there was an old school version that ran on like a Sega. I can't remember now. But if you have Steam, you can get a couple of different versions from, I'm pretty sure it's Harebrained Schemes. They did Shadowrun and another, there's 2 Shadowrun games on Steam by Harebrained Schemes, the guys that did the BattleTech game. and they're pretty good. Information is on BattleTech Down Under. Oh, that for the tournament thing for the group.
Yeah, it was shared on there. So
Okay,
yeah,
there
if
you
you're
go.
on Facebook and things like that. So
If you're on there, have a quiz.
yeah. Well, we're talking about that. So if any of you have gone to try and find our Facebook page, it ain't there because
Yeah, you guys
Facebook
had some
page
trouble.
and it's still going on. Facebook is absolutely hopeless to deal with. They are terrible.
There's
Absolutely terrible.
hacking and nastiness happening and
Yeah.
things being removed and deleted and
Yep, it's awful. So until a lot of stuff's been put on hold until we can sort of sort that out. So people are asking questions, when are you going to get this and when are you going to get that? Well, I'm sorry, when you've had like thousands of dollars ripped out, it's not really much you can do until it gets sorted. So.
it's all got to get fixed up before it can move on from there. So
But the online store is not connected to it at all. That's fine. People are ordering and getting their gear. It's not a problem. So if you're looking for stuff, BattleTech stuff, whatever, just go there and it's all cheap. But my personal page is there, so look me up if you got a question. Just message me or whatever and stuff. What's going on?
Ah, there you go. So Doom Fireman's in. G'day, mate. And yes, those were the two names I was thinking of. So Dragonfall and Hong Kong. So Shadowrun Dragonfall, I think, was the first one, and Hong Kong was the second one, but I'm not sure. But yeah, there was Harebrained Schemes, the guys that did the BattleTech game.
Yeah,
did Shadowrun games.
They're very popular.
Yeah, and they're pretty good. I've played them to like the first couple of missions or something, and then I got sidetracked with something else, which is what I do on Steam. Every now and then I go back and I go, my total, like, it gives you a percentage of the average percentage of achievements you've gotten on the games that you play. And I've got like 400 or 500 games, and my percentage is sitting at about 27 or 28% achievements. So I go through and I get one from like 0% or 11% or something, and I try and complete some achievements and get it up.
Oh,
So,
right now, another system, Chronopia, which we sort of
How's
talked
that
about a
doing?
little bit. That's really good. I've been sending out like some little freebie stuff to people. They can like scan it and get a STL file to print out. It's like a cavalry. It's like an orc on a, I don't know what they call it. Some weird lizard thing. It looks really cool. But you can like download the STL for free and print that out to get an idea of sort of the scale and all that sort of thing. But they did a little announcement. It was only a quick one. But what I liked about it is it had some art for one of the dwarf swordsmen. You know how there's swordsman and there's spearman. This is a swordsman. He's with the Horned clan or Horned One clan or something. So
yeah, they were like,
they're all. I think the dwarves and. Well, no one's really good in that world.
Dwarven
It's all
demon
pretty
worshippers
evil,
or some junk,
no,
I remember.
I don't think. Yeah, I don't know. But they released like a little bit of an art picture for him, and I found that there it is.
Oh, there it is.
It's I just love the look. So
He looks awesome.
Yeah, so dwarves shorter, stockier, or whatever, but they're just the look and the feel of their armor, just how it looks and all that sort of thing is absolutely incredible. I really, really like it.
That is really cool.
Really like that.
I guess they're your faction then.
It's I don't know. I'm really like I used to go. Years ago I played the Firstborn, so they're your humans or whatever it is,
Okay.
and they look really good. But the work that they're doing on all the new miniatures for all the factions, especially the big ogres, the troll is like a 4-armed troll thing or whatever. It's just like, oh my god,
Sweet.
it's so nice. But yeah, so that's still going along. They are making their own stuff in house. They use that.
The reusable.
Yeah. So they use that. So the good thing about that is that they're not sort of dealing too much outside. It's all sort of in house, and they deal with local printers and all that sort of thing. So they still on track for December.
Okay.
To sort that out. So I'm really excited to sort of get my hands on that and just
I was
really
gonna say.
like review it, and we'll have a look at it.
Well, we're going to have to play it.
Yeah.
So,
Definitely. Yeah.
But
I thought that just, so nice. So nice.
that looked really cool. He's awesome looking. So Adam was saying he recommends the HBS because the Microsoft one was junk. Yeah. The little that I've played of the HBS ones, They were really good. And I used to love Shadowrun. That was one of my go-to RPGs. I didn't really play many times, but the times that I did play it was one of my favorites. That was one of the few that I was willing to actually games master for, because it was like, I really wanted to play it.
Okay.
I really, really, really wanted to play it. If I couldn't do it, and the few people that were playing games with me then, if they didn't want to run one, then I'd run one, because then at least I'd get to play the game, you know?
Yeah. Yeah, you'll find that a lot of the game masters and dungeon masters or whatever, if they want to run it, so they'll learn the rules, because they really you just sit there and read anyway. So I said, well, I know all of this, so maybe I'll pick up the game master guide and have a flick through there, and then suddenly boom.
I used to go to Valhalla and chock through the second-hand stuff that he'd run. Yeah. He had a rack of books, and they're all just cellophaned up and all second-hand. And you just go through and find the ones that you want. But I've got a stack of Shadowrun books like that. And yeah, making physical adepts and shamanic adepts, dog shaman, obviously.
Yeah.
And, like all sorts of stuff. It was really cool. And Doom Fireman reckons the first was Shadowrun Returns. Okay, so there were 3.
Familiar.
I haven't played Shadowrun Returns. I've only got the other 2 that you mentioned, but I reckon it was a really, really good game. I only recently got battling there.
Oh yeah.
And Keith was saying that he went through and he went like up, like north on the map, the Innisphere map.
He tried to find the clans, was he? He
did, apparently. He got to clan space and he started getting clan mechs, and I'm like, I'm going to have to stop. God damn it. Yeah.
No, you're lucky to be a bondsman on the first battle.
Yeah, probably. That's what save scumming is for, buddy.
True, yeah.
And no, I don't feel bad about that. I've played XCOM. I know what save scumming does.
Oh, yeah.
It's not a bad thing. It's in the system. I used to play, well, I have an Iron Man version on my Xbox. And it's like, it's really, really, really hard to play it properly when you know you can't reload a save, because that 96% chance to kill the mutant in front of you that's about to pummel your dude to dust, when that fails, it's like, that was my best character. What are you doing? Yeah, it's fun.
I'd like to play that board game again. We haven't done it for ages. The XCOM.
Yeah,
it was so good because it uses the app for the.
Yeah. So if you haven't seen it, you've got like everybody's you have like set positions. So there's different people have to do different things, and you get different instructions and cards and stuff that you have to play for your thing. So you can be the I think there was a researcher.
Yeah. And
then you have a military commander, and then you have an overall commander, and then you had something else that I can't remember what.
There's like your space defense.
Yeah.
Because on the map you've got the map of the world. So you and some other bits.
Run the interceptors through one as well. So
yeah.
The other guy, and then
resource. There'd be a resource person who's got to, pay for planes.
So you all get your own cards and things, but then you have the app that gives you like the random event type style thing. And when I first saw it, I don't like stuff with apps where you have to like have an external thing that you have to download and stuff. I remember games like was it Night Wish or something? They sent you the game, and there's a video cassette in there, and you had to play the tape, tape, and then pause it and restart it and stuff. And some friends of mine got into that, and I'm like, no, it's crap. I hate it. I don't know. No. But
VHS though.
Yeah.
But the app actually worked really, really well.
The app, I was hesitant, but I downloaded it on my phone and we tried it, and it was a lot of fun. And you can play that one solo too with the app as well. It's really cool.
Yeah. I wonder if they still make that. Look, Fantasy Flight Games had the license for that. I'm not sure.
Oh, okay.
They did an add-on for it as well.
Did they?
Yeah. They probably still get that.
I don't remember seeing that, but I got a load of Kickstarters and games and things that we should really be playing.
Yes.
And we could get Hatred out.
Hatred, and that Sword and Sorcery one.
Yeah, I've got a new delivery for that lot too, actually.
So you got more. It's got more. It hasn't played the first one.
I haven't played the first set, but this is Because when I backed it, it was like the original game being remade, but they were also doing extra stuff for it.
Okay.
So when you back the Kickstarter, you got the remade version of the old stuff. You got all this new stuff there that was already ready to go. So you got that fairly quickly, but then they've only just finished being able to ship out the expansion stuff, especially to Australia, because they've had some problems with like stuff. I think that's the one where the container that all the Australian stuff was in was at like the bottom of the pile, and nobody felt inclined to shift any of the stuff on top. And that was the only reason it wasn't moving. Nobody was moving the stuff on top.
Getting back to that, was it Land, Air and Sea? Was that the game?
Yes.
Yeah, that's Tiny Epic, dude.
It is Tiny Epic, but it's a big one. Land, Air, Sea.
Land, Air, Sea for pre-painted models. For those of you who just rocked up, we were talking about something earlier. Have to go watch from the beginning. But
that's been bugging you the whole time, hasn't it?
I just thought about it. I said I better tell him because it might be bugging him too. So.
That was the game. Land, Air, Sea.
That's good too. I really like that. You have what was it like seven players or something like that? Because you have those flying dudes, are they on the map?
Yeah,
and they have
they've got like a whole separate map section that you put on stands and sits above the rest of the board, and everybody's got their own like thing. I might have to bring it over and show you guys if you want to see it.
Yeah,
it's a good game. And yeah, you haven't played XCOM until you've done Iron Man. Yes, absolutely. But you haven't played XCOM properly until you've tried to do it without the squad upgrades. You try and get through the whole game without increasing the size of your squad. It's fun though. And there's an achievement for it, which I tried to get, but I haven't gotten there yet.
Good luck with that.
Some app-driven games are really good, others not so much. Yes, definitely. But I've only played a couple. And yeah, I think it was called Nightmare. I think Doom Fireman might have that.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think it was Nightmare.
I don't know what it was. Yeah. I remember.
Yeah. I think Nightwish was either a book or a movie that I was watching. It might be both actually. Yeah. Nightmare, I'm pretty sure you're right there. Yeah, there were a few. There were a few that came with a VR. Well, I think they were one of the first, but after they did it and it started working for them, people were doing it all over the place. There was stuff coming with VHS cassettes, and you had to pause it and rewind it, and all sorts of stuff. And it's like, yeah, okay, fair enough. All good though.
So that's sort of all the things I've sort of been looking at lately.
Okay.
But there's getting back to the Dystopian Wars. I haven't got any. I should have grabbed the pictures for it for the future release. There's for the Commonwealth. I think it's the Commonwealth. No, I think it's the Sultan. Commonwealth. It is. It's Commonwealth. You know that big platform that comes up. You know the big round.
Oh,
I'm showing you that.
Yeah.
I can't remember what it's called, but there's like a mercenary guy from that faction.
Okay.
The red wolf or the black wolf or something. He's got like a custom submarine and all that, and he's got one of those as his base of operations, and he's got a whole fleet. There's a whole fleet coming for him that you can take.
Oh, that's
It
cool.
looks really, really cool.
That's
really
cool.
So I'm thinking, Tarron Mike.
Oh, Mikey's in. G'day, Mikey.
You are late. We're going now. Bye, Mike. Thanks a lot. No. You'll have to watch it from the start. We've been here a while.
Yeah, you have to track back and leave us a comment, buddy. But yeah. Oh, and Myar's in.
Hey.
Black Wolf, yeah.
Black Wolf. Yep. Thank you. It
Nice.
looks really good. I'm like.
Well, yeah, that's going to be fun. I might have to go home and play some XCOM. Deck games on Steam. There's one I'm playing. There's like Banners of Ruin. It's called. I think it's still in early access, actually, to tell you the truth. But it's a really good one. It's really good. There's lots of different characters you can take, and they're all like anthropomorphic things. So you got a wolf and a bear and mouse and all this stuff. But they all get different cards, and you get different upgrades and all that stuff. It's cool. I like them. I'm getting into roguelike deck building card games at the moment, but I've still got my turn-based stuff in a separate list, and it's all good.
There's a lot of Kickstarters going up still for card games.
Yeah.
And you get quite a lot of cards in them, and some of the systems are quite good actually. They're not good, but
that's what I've been looking at. I mean, I'm not looking at Kickstarters
again,
at all.
but yeah.
The last few Kickstarters that I did was like very quick, very easy games, but a lot of those sort of deck building and card games and things like that, they're nice and quick, they're easy, simple. News when? Oh, for Black Wolf. Do we know when?
It's coming this month.
Oh, okay.
It's releasing this month, so the end of this month is when I should get it. I mean, well, yeah, I'm hoping to have it for the release date because they're usually all right with me. They'll ship it out a bit early and let me sit on it. But, But yeah, it's coming out this month, and they did the old, Wild West Exodus, which we've played a few games of and things like that.
Which is pretty cool.
They did a whole bunch of terrain, like pre-country, but it was blue. It was just blue or whatever. So they've re-released those in actual like
terrain
painted colours. So it looks more like a I don't know why they did blue. I think it was just to theme it, a bit different. But yeah, people ended up just repainting them or whatever in the like a standard sort of brown wood thing. But they look nice. They've done a really good job of re-releasing those. So
yeah,
that looks good. You can go buy all those bits individually instead of one big box set. So you can if you just want the cat house or whatever it is.
That's pretty cool. And yeah, there wasn't a notification because we weren't even sure we were going to do this today.
Yes.
With all the hacking and Facebooking and all the other crap that's been going on the technical side of things, I think it was iffy as to whether we were going to do this or not.
Yeah, there was some other stuff going on. Plus, there was also the surprise factor.
Yeah,
people wake up and go, "Whoa, look, there's a live! Yay!" I'm not doing anything right now. Here I am. I'm on the toilet. Well, I'm not going anywhere. I'll just watch a video.
That's where you watch all your YouTube, isn't it?
That's right. I read the financial review.
Do they have a comic section? Because if they don't have a comic section, I don't care.
Yeah, it's called cryptocurrency.
Oh dear.
It's all right. We went to Cameron's 40th birthday last night. Cameron's been on the channel a few times. He's the redhead, really excitable, happy dude. He's
the loud young man.
The loud one, yeah. He's done some videos with us for the Marvel Crisis Protocol. If you go back and look at the old ones.
Hopefully we'll get some more games in, actually.
Definitely.
Now that he's an old man and he can't move around as well, maybe we can corral him into some games.
Yeah. Yeah.
Dear. That'll be good.
Have you got anything, Tarron? Any news?
Well, there should be I did address some comments on the my audio ones. If anybody's interested in that,
you should be. They're great. I really like them. I don't know why you didn't do them earlier.
There was some comments on the things I was looking through the first half a dozen or so, and everybody's commenting. Everything's brilliant. Thank you very much for watching them.
Yeah, it is good.
And I went through and commented. I've been trying desperately to keep on track and because I wanted to do scaling and difficulty levels and stuff like that. So have a couple of different versions of a scenario that's basically at core the same scenario but has different layers of complexity on it.
Yeah.
So I want to do that. But thanks to young Breggle, I now have images of kaiju in my head, and I'm trying to work out how to do kaiju in BattleTech. And it's just not. I'm like.
But your comment one should be going up on Wednesday.
Oh, okay. There you go. So yeah, just a quick run through of some of the comments that I saw that I liked, and Mikey was in there, Private Public was in there, just putting some good solid comments down. I think Mikey was actually saying about nighttime, why you would have nighttime as a modifier for what is essentially a huge light show.
Yeah.
I mean, it is technically.
Yes.
I think I covered it in the thing, but what I will say is I think they're trying to put in the rules the fact that you have all of those things like you were saying, there's mag scan, there's low light cameras, there's infrared, there's all of this technology that you can use. What the modifier is trying to put across is the difference between doing things like through a heads up and through like actual visual, and the difference between that and using the technology. So instead of looking out of your cockpit, you're maybe looking a little off to one side at a mag scan or an infrared or something like that. So
yeah,
I think the thing that I came up with, I don't think I mentioned in the comment video, was it's kind of the difference between giving like an excellent marksman a pistol and saying, okay, so hit that target, and it takes maybe 1 or 2 shots for them to get used to the pistol, and then they're bullseyeing at least a couple, right? And then saying, okay, now you're going to sit behind this keyboard and you're going to shoot the same pistol at the target with like a robot hand or something. So there's still a good shot, and I'm sure eventually they get the thing down, but it would be a process of like, you know. So I think that's where the +1 and the +2 is for nighttime and dusk. I think that's the kind of thing they're doing there. But I agree with you. I think it's a silly thing.
I mean, they have rules like if your sensors get hit, then you've got penalties from then on in the game. Maybe I don't know. Maybe they could have done something if you have a sensor damage, but that's
yeah. My concern was about sensors. Pilots can automatically land planes now on sensors. Yes, yeah, it is. I like I say, I basically completely agree with you. I'm just saying I think that's the kind of thing they were going for when they originally wrote the rules for that. And it's been nighttime. I think those nighttime rules have been the same the whole time.
Pretty sure.
Really?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
Hello, doggo. Did you wake up from your little nap? Yeah. Okay.
Nighttime battles for the BattleTech equivalent of a laser Floyd. Yep.
Well, I think that's it. That's it for me. There's not really anything else
I'm
to
going
talk
to do
about
some
just
more,
yet.
No, I'm going to do some more audio stuff. Like I say, I'm going to work through some complexity levels. Some guys have left some really good comments that I want to work on and bring up, but procrastinating for my country. So it takes me a little while, that's all. I may at some point end up getting an actual channel so I can comment myself, and that'll like give you a bit faster feedback. But as long as you don't mind waiting for me to talk about it, that's all there is to it.
Okay, all right. Well,
we're
being told to wrap it up. So there you go. I figured it was around that time. Okay, so thank you for joining us. I'm sorry that for those of you who arrived a bit late, you didn't sort of.
I haven't had to wear the bond cord because I won a game.
Yes,
so
he's done very well.
But hopefully with the honey badger and the new one, the tracked one that's going to go up soon, hopefully I will be able to completely remove the bond cord as a thing. But yeah,
no, I refuse that. No.
All good.
All right. Thank you. So, just because if you haven't done already, subscribe to us. Just hit that button like you're a jihad guy and you've got some nukes ready to go. You know. That'll do it. All right. Thank you very much. Thank you, Tarron.
References.
Thank you, Dexter.
All good.
All right.
Thanks for coming, guys. See you.